The active fighting has stopped. The living hostages are home. Peace is supposedly just on the horizon. The deal in Gaza, is it good or bad? What does Torah say about the deal that led to the ostensible end of the fighting? Every single thing that's happening here mirrors past events. The details change, but there's so much that the Rebbe says that we can point to on this very scenario. Here are 3 points on the core areas of the agreement, and at the end, we'll share a more overarching message about the Rebbe's approach here to peace in Israel. Point number 1, Torah teaches that the only way to ensure security is by fully controlling the territory. And in the reverse, Torah makes clear, if you relinquish control in any way, you are creating a vulnerability that will be exploited and that will lead to loss of life, heaven forbid. This is a fact of physics. Historically, every time Israel ceded control of terrain, it led to war and to death. In one instance, when Israel was considering giving up land to placate the United States, the Rebbe warned, you'll trade land for munitions, but you won't have anything left to protect. Control of territory is security, and there's no getting away from it. Our upcoming video, Roadmap to Peace Episode 3, has a full, in-depth segment on terrain. Keep your eyes open for it, it'll be out soon. Now you might ask, why not give these efforts a chance? Perhaps these historic opportunities for a broader peace are too good to pass up. Here's a short clip from a 1978 address, not long after the Camp David Accords were signed.
Rechman die Scheile haitochen, wie Baula die Kavone bedover ist, wenn Asati Scholem. Und das ist auch ein Seid in Tero als Godel Scholem, mit allen Sachen, die sind verbunden mit dem Godel Scholem. Ich was heißt haitochen mit nicht nur geben, und mit Sorgen am hat Kleinäschek, und noch mehr mit sich stellen mit den Kleinäschek. Und mit Sorgen am mit nicht geben, nicht kein Teppich, nicht kein Schal, kein in Jönem nicht. Azei me will haben a Scholem shel Kayoma, nicht Rachmane litzlan a Scholem was fit, sach a Milchome Krever was hoye Messie, worin der Lachs wird am Jit noch a Nezwe, a Schal, bet men gleich mehrere Vechulu, und wie me se bis am bet Hakel Vechulu.
Here's an important note. The Rebbe emphasizes repeatedly that holding territory does not mean making announcements or poking the U.S. or anybody else in the eye. You hold territory by building communities, cities, working quietly and quickly to put facts on the ground. Number 2, this time it's different, we think. We're not really ceding control to the enemy because the U.S. and other neutral nations will ensure that there is no threat. This has been tried numerous times and it has failed each time. Here are 2 examples. In 1956, in the wake of the Sinai conflict, UNIF was formed with troops from Brazil, India, Sweden, amongst others. When Nasser wanted to attack Israel in 1967, he simply ordered them out. And they left. UNIFIL was created in 1978 to eliminate conflict in South Lebanon. Canadian, Norwegian, and French troops were part of that one. They were useless in preventing attacks on Israel, and they retreated from the line of fire whenever the terrorists advanced. They end up serving as a safety screen for enemy attacks, and they won't risk their lives to defend you. In 1978 in South Lebanon, the Rebbe retold the French explanation for why they wouldn't actually provide protection.
Gewollt einschmussen, was hat noch gerät, damit das Vernehmen durch den Sheriff shel Scholem, die Azei gerufene Juhe, und bis dem werden das alten Farsi. Was hat gesehen, was hat drübergetan, Juhe, aber schade, Mechablim haben sie gestellt entgegen, die Französen geentfert. Als sie können nicht stellen, ist können sehr Arschitzowo, mit Obtreten, mit Sitzen in sehr Positionen, bis wann die Mechablim wollen Masken sein, als sie können das tun.
Here's a 3rd point. This is far from the first time Israel fought to a good position and then, under pressure, signed on to a bad deal that was then immediately violated by the other side anyways. When this has happened previously, the Rebbe urged Israel not to blindly follow the script. Israel has every right to, and it must, quickly use these violations to declare it's no longer bound by any agreement. Will it upset our friends? Yes. But that's much better than the hell you'll endure from trying to stick to it. And the weakness it causes will erode your friendships anyways. Here's something from the Rebbe from the start of the First Lebanon War. Days into the fighting, under international pressure, Israel buckled and signed ceasefire agreements. The other side, of course, violated them immediately.
Und der Rebbe hat schön zugestellt, aber ich habe die 10 Tage um sich geendigt und hat gehasst mit dem Papier und dem zweiten Papier. Die Kajeze hat mich schön von dem Zade Hascheni, nicht mit keinem gewendet Neuen, und mir macht noch Histerechit Asifis. Zieme soll das verschweigen, machen davon Assad, niederzählen davon, und noch geben sie Kilo, wie es hat keine Sache nicht passiert. Und wir dürfen mit keinem sein Achsime, was man gegeben hat auf Papier. Und der zweite Zeit hat dann gleich nicht mit keinem gewählt, aber soll auch Kolpone Mister. Wie schade der Zeitliche Nege dort schön, nicht mit keinem gewählt, was hat auf sich genommen, soll man verändigen auf das, was man hat angeheben, aber Sorgen und Bewohnen, in der Chateva, als Sieden sollen können schlafen ruhig, in der Szene Agdesha.
At this critical point in time, I would like to share the following. 2 years ago, we started this project, Enduring Peace, to study and articulate the Rebbe's guidance on how Israel can achieve security and peace. Alongside all the main work that GEM does, we launched this effort because we saw the world is much more ready to listen than ever before to what the Rebbe taught, wrote, and argued for 40 years about how Israel can have security. Now, 2 years after October 7th, we're seeing an even greater understanding out there that the Jewish state and the Jewish people are going to be helped by trying Jewish answers, Torah's instructions on what to do. The ship is turning, ever so slowly, but it's turning. The challenge for every one of us is to complete the job of clearly articulating Torah's approach and to keep sharing it. Over the past few months, we've been working on a film, Roadmap to Peace Episode 3, featuring the Rebbe's most fundamental teaching on Israel's security. Although it was written and filmed during the active fighting in Gaza, it is even more relevant today than it was to that time. The next episode we're planning after that is about the perpetual elephant in the room, how Israel can manage its vital relationship with the United States in a way that is win-win. To the extent and with the resources we are able, we'll continue to bring the Rebbe's words to the fore. But it's really on every single person to learn, understand, and share Torah's words further. The world needs it, and it is listening. Israel can and will ultimately take the appropriate steps to put itself on the path to achieving true, enduring peace.